Hey, yo, welcome to the QB School live stream. Let's do it live. We're back. Love it. Little Super Bowl edition. It's been a hot minute, so let me know how I sound. Hit me with your favorite emoji in the chat if you remember how to do it, and let's get this thing going. Warmed up, locked in, ready to roll. Make sure I sound good, look good. Not necessarily look good, but aren't buffering all over the place. It's an English lunch over here. No offense to my English friends, but 'tis the season. Holiday weekend in America. Super Bowl weekend. Let's go. Let's get it right. I am fired up and geeked up to have everybody in the house hanging out. It is live stream season again for the quarterback school. We are in the off season. No more Monday Night Football. That means Monday Night Lives coming to you hot, geeked up, ready to go. All sorts of good football stuff in the pipe, draft stuff, Super Bowl stuff, all sorts of good stuff to talk about. And I am fired up that y'all are here. Fun to see some familiar faces in the house. Chris Evans, Michael, Chase, Nick. Y'all, I appreciate the support. Look at the colors. We got some, the colors are growing. I appreciate the all the good stuff with the support on the channel. It has been a fun couple months for the channel, so I am very excited to get into the off-season mode, do a lot of draft stuff, do some Patreon stuff. Got a little housekeeping to do about Monday. Chad B, welcome to the live, first time ever. Course launch Monday, very fired up about. Really fired up about it. Probably the most player-centric one ever, so pretty geeked up to get into that. But for this live, this is really just Super Bowl preview for everybody in the quarterback school Patreon community. Gotten a chance, hopefully, to get over there and watch the monster 2-hour kind of all 22 breakdown of that entire game of the Week 12 matchup. Really fascinating on a bunch of different levels for me. I'm very excited to see a bunch of different matchups in this game. Really just kind of excited to take a hot minute and appreciate the quarterback matchup. I mean, talk about hitting the jackpot for this channel. Probably the two premier quarterbacks. That's not fair. Two of the best to do it here. Both ends of the spectrum. Old guy, greatest ever. Young guy, probably the next greatest ever, potentially. Pretty excited. And really, the whole playoffs has been kind of a premier quarterback showcase. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, some younger guys. We've had a blockbuster trade already in the offseason, moving some quarterbacks around. I'm not sure how blockbuster it is unless you're a Rams fan or live in Detroit. But for me, welcome all the first-timers to the live stream. Really do me a favor and let me know where you're coming in from, where you're checking in from in the chat, and we can get it going. Oh no, Brad. Let me know what happened if the Patreon thing wasn't working. Should be good to go. I saw a bunch of people had already watched it, so let me know if it continues. Tommy Boy, Trey Lance. I don't think so. It should be good to go. It didn't let you, the whole video didn't let you do it. Let me know. I'll re-upload it. What else we got here? Trey Lance, definitely some Trey Lance videos coming your way. I did one, I think, last year. The only thing with Trey Lance is that there just aren't that many videos. So I'll do my best to get my hands on their little, like, false showcase. Oh, Ireland in the house. The motherland. Appreciate it. Nice. Mateo, down under. What part of Australia? The Mass. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's every Patreon video, Brad, Michael. None of them are housed on Patreon, if that makes sense. Yeah, there you go. Appreciate it, Chris. All right, so a little housekeeping there. Do me a favor. Get me with some questions. What do you got? What are you interested in? If you haven't already, do me a favor. Like this stream. We pump up the lives. We'll keep going with these things. Again, I appreciate all of y'all for coming in hot here as far as hanging out on a Friday, midday, wherever you're checking in from. Probably not midday in Ireland and or Australia. Jim in LA, love it. Indiana Dunes, nice. Ooh, that's a good question. It's a Coronado Brew Co. beer. If y'all are ever out in the Nado, this is called. Gosh, what is it called? It's gonna bother me. It's not Seacoast Pilsner. That's my go-to. It's Salty Crew. You're welcome. Not sure if CBC does the international brewing or not, but all good. Appreciate it, Brad. Again, always appreciate the support from all of you guys. It has been, 2020. What can we say? On to the next. 2021, even the start of it has been kind of
Nope.
But I'm pretty excited for what we got going. California out here potentially playing a little high school football pretty soon. It's been fun to have our crew kind of steady the course. Looking forward to hopefully getting some sort of season in here pretty quickly. But other than that, it is fun to see everybody checking in. Another housekeeping hot minute tip before we start talking all sorts of Super Bowl stuff specifically. I want to say last year we did a post Super Bowl live. Probably going to do a post Super Bowl live again this year. Probably be even easier this year because I'm not going to a Super Bowl party. I imagine most people aren't going to Super Bowl parties. And if you are, mask up. But hop on here after the Super Bowl. Chat a little right after the ball, little reactionary videos. I'm sure I'll have a number of videos locked in next week analyzing the Super Bowl, all 22 wise, but it's always fun to get like that initial reaction. Hopefully it's a great game. Honestly, I'm not pulling for anybody in particular. I think it's going to be difficult for the Chiefs to lose. Not to say that it's not impossible or that you overlook what the Bucks bring to the table, but just as far as a complete team where they're on the trending, where they've been here for the last basically year plus, it's just going to be tough to handle. I don't think that's a hot take per se. I'm just hoping for a great game. I hope Tom Brady plays at a high level, and I'm pretty fired up. Not doing it during the Super Bowl though. No. Want to watch and enjoy the game. Same as y'all. I'm sure that might be a thing moving forward. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask this crew. Who in here is on Clubhouse and or done Clubhouse? Hit me with thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Have no idea what I'm talking about. Just want to get a quick little hot minute take in the chat if you get a moment. Chris Balding, who is the most important weapon for both QBs? Outstanding question right out the gate. Well, I mean, I feel like the Chiefs is a little bit of an easy answer. Really, they've got two outstanding weapons, but I'm honestly more interested in, I think everybody thinks that Tyreek Hill and Kelsey are, premier weapons for the Chiefs. I'm more interested to see how they utilize the running back position. How do they, even if they attempt to run the ball, are they getting them into screen games? I think that there's going to be a real unique plan. This is just my personal take. If I was doing any sort of creativity for the Chiefs, on meaningful downs, I would put Kelsey and Tyreek Hill on the same side of the ball, anticipating basically 4 defenders over 2 and have some sort of zero plan out the other side, whether they're sprinting to that side, whether they're rolling out that side, whether they're creating rub things, taking advantages down the field. I would imagine there'll be a big post opportunity down the field out of that type of look. So for me, I'm interested in how they're going to use the running back in those looks. Are they going to be blocking them up, 6-person protection? Are they going to be going empty? I personally would probably mix it up, but I am interested to see how they get to those looks, maybe potentially with empty and the running back to that side. And so those are the little things for me. If I was most interested in how they're going to use one position, it would be the running back position. Then for the Bucks, I'm always fascinated. This is just me and my own fascination about the Brady, Mike Evans, tension. I know that they've had some hookups here moving forward, but for whatever reason, they always look like they're not on the same page for me. And so I think it's interesting to see how they use Godwin. Their running backs, their running game, probably the running the ball is more interesting to me, but the impact about, what they do with Mike Evans. Do they just keep throwing him go balls? Do they keep, taking shots down the field? What does that look like? And how does Tom Brady, manage that relationship? Woo. Oh, let me see quick little clubhouse updates. All right, appreciate it. Ingrid Bids, man, you got come in hot, salty crew. Cheers. Let's see if I need to do this. I think I need to do this. Appreciate y'all. All right, what else we got here? We got Carter Henderson in the house. Carter Henderson, excuse me. Matthew Parker. Oh, Matthew Parker, this is a good question. If you were the Bucs QB, would you rather have AB or Scotty Miller as the wide receiver number 3? Now, this is a beautiful thing because for me, it's not an either or. It depends, right? It depends on the type of route. I think that Brady has got kind of a decent relationship with Scotty Miller, and Scotty Miller is fast vertically down the field. Big overs, almost double moves, those types of things. And then I like AB for those quickness, like quick twitchy routes, like outs, options, creating space, in those intermediate things. And so that's the part where I think creativity, Leftwich, Brady, how they decide to dial up those things and utilize their personnel. That's really the scheme within the scheme. It's not for me like, hey, we're going to run 11 personnel and we're only going to have Scotty doesn't know out there, or we're only going to have AB out there. It's, okay, we got 11 AB. We got 11 Miller. Those types of things that allow you to package things to really take advantage of what your personnel do best. And that's why those guys get paid all the money to create those types of plays, building up and creating a great game plan that takes advantage of what their skill set does. So it's not either or. Yo. We got some new faces in the house. Mike Doyle, what we got? Jeez. Love it. Oh, we're going all caps. Kuzan, I can't do that one again, bro. You can't hit me with the all caps in here. Hoss Y Juke. Love it. Welcome back. Change the name on me. Curveball. Love Hoss Y Juke, though. I don't disagree. I like AB moving around. I think AB has the capacity to move inside or outside. But again, you never know where they're at as far as health, where they're at as far as understanding exactly what the scheme is. But an extra week of preparation, I would imagine, to see some new things we've never seen before. I'll certainly be on the lookout of that. I think a nice little tip is definitely to take a peek at what teams are doing on those first 2 series. Those are really kind of the scripted series where you know exactly what you want to try, what you want to see, how they're going to react, those things like that. And then always the first couple third down calls, because those are the calls that that they love, right? Like first, third, and medium call, they love that. They've repped that thing 5 times. And so locked in with those types of things. Daniel, appreciate it. Cheers. Good to see you. Boo-boo. I put a new one on here. This is a little fun tidbit for anybody in here who does, see if this works. Oh, it's going to be right over my watermark, so it's not going to work that well. But anybody who does, I'm sure many of us do a lot of Zooms nowadays. I didn't know this, but you can take, if you live in OBS, and this is OBS for if you're wondering about how the streaming thing works, you can mirror your Zoom through your OBS. And so I was on a Zoom recently, and I started hitting them with like the boo, and they were like, I don't know, man. Little things for me. It's the little things. Shaq Barrett, 3.5 sacks. You going MVP, huh? I do think that there is an opportunity for an outside-the-box MVP, specifically for the Chiefs, more than anything else, just because I think that they're going to try to do their absolute best to shut down those 2 weapons on the offense and see Kelsey and Hill and see if there's another, one of those others, as Charles Barkley would describe him, as someone who can emerge. Now, obviously, if one of those others has a great game, Patrick Mahomes probably has a great game too, but that would be one little thing I would be paying attention to. Luke Cheek, appreciate it, bro. You hit me with the Drew Lock from multiple mediums. I probably will get to Drew Lock at some point in the offseason. It is definitely not a priority. For me, priority-wise, content-wise, so you all can get your mind right if you have any good suggestions in the pipeline, is definitely transitioning after the Super Bowl to college draft stuff. I had a blast doing the college draft stuff last year, still kind of acquiring the All-22 from different angles. And so if you have specific draft prospects or people in the pipeline that might be that type of player, let me know. Those are probably the things I'll be doing the most of on Patreon and on YouTube. Oh, man. All right. What else we got here? Why isn't the media talking about how good Will McCarthy? Why isn't the media talking about how good Mahomes is versus the pressure? I don't know. I'm not watching a whole lot of media. I apologize. Rich Rodriguez, Salty Crew, bro. CBC, Coronado Brew Co. They're not even sponsoring this thing, but I feel like I've talked about it 5 times now. Coach Dre, what up? What up? I need to get like a COVID emoji, like the old elbow bump. Jay Roberts putting it on a T for me right here. How about special teams and the effects it has on the games? I feel great. Special teams play is often overlooked. Definitely going to be overlooked on the quarterback school channel. It's not kicker school by any means. No offense to my kickers or my special teams peeps out there. I love me some special teams, especially being aggressive on special teams. And that's one thing I will mention. I think that, I don't think anybody would be shocked to see some fireworks as far as special teams. Again, when you get an extra week to prepare, there's going to be layers that you wouldn't normally get into a game plan. And so whatever that looks like, fake somewhere, trick somewhere, reverse somewhere, those types of things are easier installations, especially on a Super Bowl week where normally the Super Bowl week, I've never been to a Super Bowl, but I can tell you from experience talking to people as far as the installations, normally they basically prepare that first week like a normal game week. And then so everything is installed by the time you show up to the Super Bowl. Well, this time, neither teams, Tampa Bay is definitely not traveling to the Super Bowl. They're already there. And I think the Chiefs didn't go early this year. And so it's really that kind of like bye week, double week of preparation. So I would imagine that it's probably even thicker install plan than probably even normal, just because you got double the time. Nick Scott, the purple looks good, doesn't it? And the logo, again, for the people wondering exactly what's going on with the people in the live stream with the logos, the QB School logos, those are members. So just because we haven't done a whole lot of lives lately, I haven't promoted the whole membership thing, but it's an easy way, not easy way, it's a way to support the channel and makes you stick out in these chats so I can make sure that I get a chance to interact as much as I possibly can. Woo. What else we got here? Hope that made sense. Do me a favor if you haven't. We got 36 likes. Appreciate it. Ayo, what up, Coffee with Coach Blake? What's up, JT? First time in the live. Welcome. Love your channel. I appreciate that. Can't get enough of it. Well, I appreciate it. Not Super Bowl related, but the rumors are swirling. Wentz to the Bears. Is he damaged beyond repair? No, I wouldn't say he's damaged beyond repair. I think he is what he's always been. I mean, that's not me. Honestly, I'm not trying to be a jerk with that, but that's just, I think he's always had great potential, always had flashes of big time throws, but for whatever reason, the consistency, the health, just the being able to stack good performance after good performance after good performance hasn't been there. And so, I think he would probably benefit from a change of scenery. I think, from multiple parties would probably benefit from that change of scenery, but it doesn't necessarily change any of what I would consider the issues. Going from a guy, someone who changed teams 10 times in the NFL, there's nothing easy about doing that. Now, obviously, he's in a much different situation where you walk right in and get an opportunity to play and compete and all those things. But, you're moving for a reason. And so I think it's safe to say that it feels like his time has come to an end in Philadelphia. I still think he's a really talented, young, got an opportunity to significantly improve. I think that's the thing for me. These off seasons, it's always kind of bittersweet, the off season time, because the off season as a professional football player is awesome. Now, it's great to play and compete and get paid during the season and all those types of things. It is, But the offseason is awesome. And it's awesome for a bunch of different reasons. Yes, you get a chance to go home, be with your friends, make fun of your friends that have a real job, those types of things, golf if you golf, workout. But the thing that really, for me, separates the pros from the guys who just, put a toe in the league for a year or two is the guys who take the offseason and get better, take leaps. So really that time right now, all the way up until, when I was playing kind of like, mid-April, it's even later now, I think, where they get an opportunity to do even fewer offseason things as far as OTAs and mini camps. That improvement, whether you're going to a coach, whether you're going to a trainer, whether you're going to a performance person, a diet person, there's so many different ways to make significant growth. I think it's kind of silly to underestimate some of these young guys, young quarterbacks, and their opportunity to get better. I think Josh Allen is a perfect example of someone who all of a sudden, you blink and it's another year and now he's playing at this ridiculously different level. Well, he's maturing, he's getting better, he's taking advantage of all those kind of off-season tools that allow him to get better. So I don't know if that's what Wentz will do, but I think that is he damaged beyond repair? No, absolutely not. Amsterdam, Coach Hartman, appreciate it. Some good old days back in Amsterdam getting crushed by the Admirals. Jabron Hamden taking it to me. I don't know if we ever played, actually. Skylar Fulton for sure. If you're an Amsterdam Admiral fan from back in the day, you know those names for sure. Ernesto Martinez, JT, any thoughts on strengths and weaknesses in Dak Prescott's game? Greetings from Texas. I think as it showed this year for the Cowboys that Dak is a pretty good quarterback, and he's difficult to replace pretty good quarterbacks. I think that he's one of those guys that came in this era where guys started to play at a pretty high level immediately. Now, I think he was surrounded by a really good team at that time, as far as some other pieces of the organization of both sides of the ball. But for me, the drawback for Dak, the benefits that he brings creating plays, his ability to use his feet, his ability to be consistent. He's a big, thick dude. He's able to stand in there and play quarterback every Sunday when he's healthy. But for me, he always struggled with the consistent anticipation, the ball control, putting it exactly where he wanted all the time. And so, again, I would imagine those things continue to improve. Now, again, the injury is always a variable that nobody knows exactly how you're going to deal with. Sometimes you come back stronger. Sometimes you're never quite the same. And so that's for me, my hot take on that. Luke, Gardner Minshew. Seems like we all forgot about him. I didn't forget about him. I think I had put out a couple of videos. Now, I appreciate everybody who watches all the videos. I really do. It's always humbling on many different levels. But I did a Gardner Minshew video probably pretty early. Not pretty early. I don't know. A couple weeks into him playing, and I guess playing well. And I would say it was as critical as I ever get on this channel. I just don't like to do it. I don't enjoy doing it. I get to choose whatever the videos we want to do. So why wouldn't I do one that I like and want to, point out the good stuff? And I guess I had maybe a hot comment or two about him, and I got more blowback from people who thought he was going to the Hall of Fame off about a month performance than I probably have on this channel. And so I could probably circle back. I honestly don't pay that much attention to Jacksonville. And, but yeah, I didn't forget. Oh, we got Brazil in the house. Very cool. Appreciate it, Rob. Chad B. I think the Rams' lack of vertical passing has hurt Goff, a lot since they lost Cooks. I don't think Goff has ever been known as necessarily a cannon arm type guy down the field. Now, again, for me, this is sensitive stuff when you start talking like scheme coupled with personnel. Is it part of it is that scheme, that wide zone scheme that stretches people horizontally in the run game? To me, it's not meant to go vertical drop back pass. Now, there can be vertical elements in the play action, and that's where I think you'll see Stafford be able to take the roof off the top of some of those concepts a little bit more than in the past. It felt like they nakeded and kept Goff on the keepers on the perimeter, and all those things are like throws into the flat, comebacks, overs, as opposed to double moves down the field, big posts down the field. And so that's what I think will be a kind of quick change from what Goff brought to that offense to what Stafford brings to that offense when he's healthy. It's just the ability to make every throw outside the numbers, beyond 40 plus yards, throws that are just, not everybody in the league can consistently do, even if you're a number one pick. Brad, you think the Bucs have an opportunity to win? I really do think the Bucs have an opportunity to win. I think that, I think the first thing that comes into play is that they have to protect Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got a great ability to get the ball out of his hand. People think this is a negative thing, but he understands exactly what is going on as far as it's not a game manager, like a negative connotation, but it's about playing within the game. It's about hanging tough, being right there until the end. And if you're right there till the end, he's probably got a great opportunity to win. And I think that they'll be really selective about what they do, how they do it. I think they're going to be much more strategic in their run game, get a little bit more creative with maybe some tricks, some different ways to create explosive big plays that don't involve chucking it down the field or jump ball type situations. It's much more, strategic to pick your shots and pick your opportunities and be really intentional about getting downhill and running the ball. They have to be able to run the ball. That's just the truth of it. I think that they also know, just like everybody in the league knows, that they're probably going to have to get a little bit lucky and go for it on some fourth downs and take some shots when they get an opportunity. There's field goals are not going to win this thing. I don't think that, none of these things are hot takes, right? But it is about the execution of all those shots, of all those extended opportunities of, probably the best quarterback sneaker in the history of football, probably going to have a couple quarterback sneaks. So mixing tempos, changing the tempos, not necessarily going fast, but hurrying on a fourth down, or hurrying to catch an extra play, get a free play when they have 12 on the field. Things like that Tom Brady needs to be able to have all those tools in the toolbox and execute them at a high level. It's not just, hey, we got this opportunity to take a shot, let's chuck it down the field. It's let's be really strategic. If it isn't there, he gets it down. He controls the ball so well that it's those types of things. For me, I think they really do have a great shot to win. I think that Week 12 matchup showed the Bucs that they can play with the Chiefs. Now, you can't let somebody go out there and have a Hall of Fame day in the first half. That's a fast way to get smoked on versus anybody. But having a plan for what they do, not necessarily to stop the Chiefs, but just allow them to, what is the mark? This is a good question for the chat. Tell me, let's see what we think what is the number of points that the Bucs have to score to win? So what is one more point than the Chiefs score? So that's always a fun exercise for me. So it's not, football has evolved. It's hard for everybody to realize that you don't have to run the ball to win. You don't have to play great defense to win. You have to score one more point than your opponent. What is the number the Bucs have to win, the Bucs have to score to beat the Chiefs? Off the top of my head, it's probably the high 30s. So if they can get to the high 30s, I think that they got a shot. Now, field goals, you're not going to kick 13 field goals. So there's going to be some big plays in there. There's probably potentially some short fields. Yes, I probably skewed it by saying what my opinion was, by anchoring it in the high 30s, but to me that is it right around there. They can get to that number, they've done an opportunity. And so for me, it's 44. I see a FA. KC in the house. Yeah, and Coffee with Coach makes a good point that if they do, potentially if they get out and get a lead, God forbid they ever get a lead, not that Casey can't catch up quickly, but Tom does bring an element of being able to slow it down a little bit more and do those types of things. But no, you're absolutely right. Has Brady ever thrown 3 picks in back-to-back games? Those things are Brian, those days are gone, bro. 7-3 football games, those are boring baseball games nowadays. Definitely not talking Daniel Jones. football edits. We got 150 people in the house. I appreciate the 67 very much that have hit the like button. I appreciate everybody for hanging out, having a good time with this thing. I really do. I'm going to take a hot minute. Okay, hot minute here. Hang with me. Pause on the Super Bowl talk and talk new course. Okay, new course comes out Monday. Mastering pass protection. Okay, you're going to hear me talk about it a lot, but what I really want to just drop the nuggets today. For me, when I quote unquote spend enough time to what I thought get me to a much higher level of understanding pass protection from a quarterback perspective, it took my game to another level. I felt like it did. I felt like I became not just someone who was in the league, but someone who belonged in the league like a pro. And so that's really what this course is. It is very, very much driven to quarterbacks, any level of play. It's generalizable to wherever level you're at. But this is the first of the what will be 3 courses that really, coaches absolutely, I think, would enjoy and be benefited from taking. I think diehard fans that want to get better at ball would be benefit from taking. But this is a quarterback-centric course. This, to me, I hope, impacts a lot of quarterbacks at a lot of different levels. If you're going from Pee Wee, Pop Warner to high school, if you're going from JV to varsity, if you're going from varsity to D1, varsity to college football, even college football to the league, in my opinion, this will help you. It is a way to learn pass pro, to then insert it into your offense, to better understand it, and then be able to take that to the next team, to the all-star game, to your next offense, to your next coach. It will elevate your game. And so I'm pretty fired up to share it. It's by far the cheapest of all the courses that I've ever offered. It will not stay that price. I'll let you know right out the gate. I think it is significantly more value than what it's listed at. So if you're interested, get it Monday. Appreciate it. All right, back on it. Ooh, you know what I forgot? Oh, I got a new one. I don't know if I've ever shown this one. And then if you haven't, check out the Quarterback School tool right here. The link is in the description. Free way to learn how to beat every single coverage. And then I got a new one coming next week. The Quarterback School Pass Pro Quiz. So let's just assume everybody in here, your level of understanding pass protection, you would say really high. Say you're a 9 out of 10. You could go into just about any offense and understand the bones of this. Well, you get to take this quiz and see what your score is. And then the score ranks you in every person that's ever taken the quiz. So I'm pretty excited to get in there and see exactly where the people who follow the channel fall with their kind of understanding. And then it talks about some of the material that's in the course. So pretty fired up for that. That will be available next week. Lots of good stuff. Yo. I appreciate that copy with Coach. I had a blast making that beat every coverage course. I really did. I had just as much fun making this Pass Pro one, but that coverage one, that's a big dog. Appreciate it, Chase. All sorts of good stuff. Let's do a couple more questions here. Coming in hot. Let's see. I forget where oh yeah. I need to add a couple more of these things. And then it's almost Easter. White Russian season's coming to an end. Maceo Beard, how does O-line know where the strength is? That is an excellent question. Many offenses do it a little bit differently. I think most O-lines refer to the strength as the side of the tight end or the run strength side. I think most defenses probably have Brad, appreciate it. I think most O-lines are more tethered to the run strength than the passing strength. I think, if you play defense, you probably need to know both, but usually they set their front or their coverage to the passing strength, maybe their front to the run strength. For the O-line, it's usually tethered to the formation. So most formations are directional, right, left, whatever, east, west, those types of things. But, I'm trying to think if there are instances where our O-line, where it matters, where the strength is. And there isn't. That's just our offense at the high school level. It doesn't mean that that's necessarily, universal across the board. Appreciate the support, Brad. Very cool. I will try my best to keep it up. All good stuff. The Dude abides. The Dude does abide. Need to watch that movie again. Been a hot minute. Freeman, if you live chat, if you super chatted and I didn't get it, I apologize. That's on me for not being able to keep my head up. I just get in monologue mode over here. Shane, how important is it, in your opinion, for running backs coming out of college being able to pass protect well? Very important. One of the more undervalued, undertaught, and really it's because they're just not asked to do it as much anymore. You know, you see a lot more empty stuff. You see a lot more 5-man protection, in my opinion. You know, just very few guys are in there doing drop back pass protection from the backfield. And that's why I think you see guys, you know, basically create careers by being able to pass protect and get out and run checkdowns and options and, you know, routes out of the backfield. I think it's very important. I always used to tell our, you know, rookie running backs, wherever I was, that the fastest way to get on the field is to be able to be trusted protecting the franchise. And if we don't trust you to protect the franchise, and that I mean by the franchise quarterback, you're not going to be out there. You're not. And so, you know, that I know for me, you know, playing in a lot of preseason games, I would always tell our offense coordinator, hey, I would prefer to just go empty. Like, I know that this guy behind me probably doesn't know who the hell we're supposed to block here. So, yeah, I can turn around and tell him, or if we're in shotgun, I can, you know, orchestrate it a little bit, but let's just go empty. And so those types of things, it really does matter. It really does. You know, there's God, who was the guy's name? Penny in Seattle. Got a chance to watch him a lot at San Diego State. I thought he was one of the better college football players his really junior and senior year. But they never asked him to pass protect. They never asked him to do 6-man, you know, dual reads from the backfield. And so, you know, you're going to have a hard time getting to Sundays and being able to do it. So, yeah, absolutely. Michael, I don't know about the sleeves, man. The sleeves were never my game. I was always preferred a little looser sleeve. Although nowadays everything is tight. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Usually I wait till I'm finished with this thing, but I don't feel like chugging it. Maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Hit me with it. Oh, Chris, this is a good one. Tethered to the course. I see what you did there. 5-man protection. Who's got the most responsibility in those situations? The quarterback, to know where the hell he's hot. And then probably the center in most teams. Brad, appreciate the support. It is kind of a sad one. Although, I don't know how many people in this chat follow FCS football. But there's a lot of good FCS football that's coming our way this spring. So, in my opinion, I'm going to be watching football all spring. We got a chance to play football out here in California. I might lock up some live streams for the crew to see if you see your hot takes on what we got going on out here in San Diego. But yes, it's always a little bit sad for the Super Bowl to come and go. But sometimes it's nice. Get into the draft, new class, lots of good stuff. Heads or tails on Sunday, Luke? I've always been a tails guy. For me, I will say, for me, in these big game situations, I know everybody will tell you that to defer is the smart thing to do. But sometimes in these types of situations, I just like to do the opposite. Really. So if I was the Bucs, I'd probably ask for the ball. If I was the Chiefs, I'd probably defer and just, you know, get them sideways right out the gate. I see you, Shane. All right, y'all. Very cool. Thank you very much. Do me a favor. If you haven't, even if you have, hit it again. Super Bowl post-game live. Next Monday. Launch new course live. Lots of stuff coming your way. Make sure to get over there. Check out the Quarterback School tool. The link is in the description. Easy to use. Have fun with it. Learn how to break down. Beat every single coverage. New course coming your way. Master Pass Pro. Take your game to the next level. Again, I sincerely appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. I'm having a blast with this stuff. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Really enjoy it. And I will see you on the other side. All right? Have a good one. Take care.